This is a guitar that I've been lusting after. I said they were too expensive. I said I'd wait until the price has come down, and it has. It's actually in the realms of being reasonably priced. So I think they're kind of wising up that people are going, how much? You know, how much? Finally, bargain price, £799 I paid for it. If you're not bothered about having a rosewood fingerboard, pick one up. Guitaristas is proudly supported by Gear for Music. Hello, thanks for joining us. Welcome to the Guitaristas. So this week, another new, well, it's not new, it's old. It's new old, inspired by Gibson, custom shop model. It's last year's model though. It's out of date now because they've just released a brand new range, best ever, inspired by Gibson custom shop. And last week, if you were here, we reviewed one, didn't we? This one. This one. Gorgeous, isn't it? They're selling like hotcakes, these, and I'm not surprised. It is a fabulous guitar and it's a good price, and it's got the open book headstock. And we had a bit of a discussion about that last week. So if you haven't seen it, links in the description box. Watch that. Yeah, it was a debate. I was saying I wasn't really sure about the Gibson headstock on an Epiphone. Watch it and you'll see what I mean. But then, of course, this week, well, this is the Firebird, and of course it's got the Gibson Firebird headstock on an Epiphone. But it's different. And honestly, I can't explain why, so don't ask. But this is a guitar that I've been lusting after. I had the Firebird 5 not long ago, which was our first raffle competition prize. That's flown off. But I did say at that point I wanted to get a Firebird 1. And that's the point of this film. I said they were too expensive. I said I'd wait until the price has come down. And it has, because they've just launched a new range. There's a Firebird 1 in it, almost identical to this. I'll tell you what the differences are. The main one being the fingerboard, because the new one, this one, is a cardinal. It's cardinal red. It's not the new Pope, it's the new Firebird. It's got a rosewood fingerboard. And this one, of course, has got an Indian laurel fingerboard. And a couple of other things which I'll tell you about as we go through the specs. But that, as you can see, is, well, it's 1199. Now, this is interesting. Well, I think it is. This one, when it was first released, which was only a year ago, the price on this, 1349. These are English pounds, incidentally. It'd be a similar amount of dollars. Yeah, 1349. And there were 3 colours in this. Now, I'm delighted to say the prices have dropped dramatically, of course, as predicted. I bought this for £799. I got it from Gear for Music, coincidentally, because, well, I think they were selling it cheapest. This one, it's a Silver Mist, £799, and they've also got the Heather Polly. I think I used to know her at school. 849, I don't know what's happening today. 849, and Inverness Green, 849. So it's like 500 odd quid off, isn't it? So I love it when Epiphone release new improved range, because we can then go out and buy the guitars that we wanted to buy in the first place but thought were too expensive. And it doesn't just apply to the Firebird. All of last year's models are now available cheaper, quite a lot cheaper actually. The 59 Les Pauls, you can see them all over the interweb for less than £1,000 now. And you know, if you're not bothered about having a rosewood fingerboard, pick one up, because they're well, this, I mean, I think it's actually in the realms of being reasonably priced. Anyway, what we're going to do today is we're going to review it and play it and yeah, find out a little bit more about it, I suppose. I'm looking forward to it because I love these things. So, you know the score. Timestamps are in the description box if you're in a bit of a hurry. If you've got time to chill out and nerd out over one of these things and listen to some average playing, come and put the kettle on. Get yourself a nice cup of tea and some nibbles, some snacks. Come back and settle down for half an hour or so of me talking bollocks and poking guitars and stuff. Yeah, let's do it. Right, so the Firebird, introduced by Gibson in 1963, designed by a car designer. They brought car designer Ray Dietrich on board to design this new futuristic range of guitars, kind of to mimic what was happening in the States at the time with car designs and stuff. And, you know, you can see it's flamboyant, isn't it? It's flamboyant and complicated. It was very complicated to make because the construction of this, and I say this is exactly the same as the original Firebirds were. It's a neck through design. So this is all one bit of wood. You can't see it, but when we lift the pickup, we might be able to see the layers. Okay, so this bit here is all one bit of wood, and it's a ply construction this way of, it's 9-ply mahogany with strips of walnut. I think it's 3 strips of walnut in it. So it's a fancy old thing, and it's very tough. And these wings are mahogany, and they're stuck onto this. So this is an authentic build Firebird, and there were various guises, models, yeah, models. Firebird 1 pickup, wrap over, and these would quite often have the Maestro vibrola on them as well. And you could fit one on this, actually. I might do that one day. And there was the Firebird 5, which you see in this new Epiphone range as well, which is the 2 pickups and the Maestro. And there were some others as well with 3 pickups and stuff. Only lasted a couple of years because it was very expensive to make because of the complex design and construction. And they binned it, and then for a while they made it as the non-reverse Firebird. There you go, there's a picture of that, which was way simpler, okay? But anyway, so yeah, this one is proper. It's proper authentic. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that pickup up to show you that. So before we go any further, let's weigh it. Right, now, this is going to be interesting because I can tell you now it's very neck heavy. So it might go crashing on the floor if I'm not careful. Here we go. No. God, it's only £7 10 ounces, which is 3.48 kilos. I reckon half of that weight. Actually, it's not showing it. I'll show you later when I'm playing it. It's when you're sitting playing it. It's definitely there, and you have to kind of, yeah, you have to lock on. It's well, a lot of that's probably to do with these tuners, these are Kluson planetary geared tuners, and they look quite heavy. Let's get the strings off and have a closer look. It's quite different. I'm just trying to work out how to actually get the strings off. Normally, I can do it like that. Oh, look. I was just being gentle then because last week's review I found that the strings were sticking in the nut. And these are a bit as well. I'm surprised. It's a bit snug. It's a bit snug. Let's not worry about it for now. So this is, yeah, I'm disappointed about this. So this is was originally £1,349, inspired by Gibson custom shop, with all the right stuff, wasn't it? That's how it was launched a year ago. I'm disappointed that the wrap tail here is just an Epiphone wrap tail. Why am I disappointed? Well, I don't know. I just think it's a bit cheap of them. The intention of this film isn't to have a go at Epiphone. Well, the intention is never to have a go at Epiphone. It's actually to say how great the guitars are, because they do make great guitars. It's just that that's a little bit, it's quite heavy as well. 74 grams, that wrap. The lightning bar tailpiece. And it's an Epiphone one. Okay. Gibson pickup, apparently. We'll have a look in a minute. Closen planetary tuners. They're a thing, aren't they? So I bet they weigh a bit, don't they? I'm going to have to find out. I'm going to take one off and weigh it. Yes, you try and stop me. Oh, it's come off nice and easy. Are you ready for this? Fucking hell. That's 57 grams for one. Okay. That's about a third of a kilo. Sorry, I had to go and get my calculator out. That's 342 grams, I think it was. Third of a kilo. It's about a tenth of the weight of this guitar. It's just these tuners. Wow. But it has been said that these style of tuners contribute in a positive way to the sound characteristics of these guitars. So, okay, let's get that out of the way. There's quite a chunky neck on this. It differs, I think, in the profile to the new model. The new model they list as slim taper C. This one they list as 63 Firebird profile. It's quite chunky. Let's have a look at the profile and the measurements on the screen now. Okay, here's the neck profile and measurements at the 1st fret. And here's the neck profile and measurements at the 12th fret. Yeah, it's a proper nice handful. If you like chunky necks, you're going to like this. This, of course, has got the Indian laurel fingerboard or laurel fingerboard. That's what it looks like. I mean, it looks to all intents and purposes like a bit of rosewood, doesn't it? It doesn't smell of anything. Apparently, rosewood smells of roses. I didn't know that. I'm going to have a sniff next time I've got a rosewood fingerboard. Oh, hang on. I've got one here, haven't I? The new models have got rosewood. I think the strings are overpowering the smell. It tastes? No, I'm not going to lick it. It smells a bit metallic, this. Okay, we're going to have to do that test at another time. So Indian laurel, medium jumbo frets. It's got a bit of a rolled edge, nothing major. The frets on this, they were a bit grubby, I'll be honest with you. I can't lie, they were a bit grubby, bit scratchy, but having now played it for a few days, they've cleaned up. That's basically what you do. If it feels a bit gritty, if you're into your boomer bends like I am, you just give it a good old whittle, have a whittle for a few hours or so, you know, and then it'll be fine. Cleans them up nicely. That's when you get a new guitar, your fingers are all dirty, aren't they? After an hour or so, you go, oh, dirty fingertips. That's what it is, all the muck coming off the frets and the board. There you go. Yeah, that's that. Let's have a look and see what's under here. Oh no, let's take a reading first. Right, so this is listed in the specs as a Gibson Firebird Mini Humbucker, Gibson USA Firebird Mini Humbucker, and it reads 7K, and the inductance is 2.44 Henrys. That's it. It's just the one. I can't do a middle today. Not even for the fun of it. I'm going to just take the pickguard off because I want to show you it's a bit of a QC thing, really, I think. Do you know what? As I was unscrewing that, before I remove it and talk about what I was going to talk about, I just realised I hadn't talked about the colour. So this is the Silver Mist one, and I really, really like it a lot more than I thought I was. It's got a kind of a green tinge to it in real life. I'm not sure if the cameras are going to show that very well, because obviously they do a certain colour profile without the subtlety of the human eye in between. And it's got a nice green tinge to it in real life, and even on the edges, a little bit more of a. It almost looks like it's started to fade, and I can't believe it is going to fade because it's a gloss poly finish. That's one of the other differences between last year's model and this year's model. This year's they call vintage gloss, that's all. I think, yeah, vintage gloss. Last year's they just called gloss. I don't know if there's any difference, apart from the name. But what I can tell you is I wasn't keen on heather poly at school or as a colour for a Firebird. And I wasn't really keen on Inverness green. I thought the colours left a lot to be desired in last year's model. But I thought the Silver Mist, oh, okay, I quite like that. And actually, I really like it. I really like it. Because it's, as I say, it's got this green tinge to it, or, you know, you could almost say a kind of a bluiness to it. So, yeah, I'm actually really pleased with this. And now, right, pickguard scratch plate. Obviously, there's nothing underneath it. But what I'm going to show you is the join there. I'm going to go a little bit close. I don't know what's happened there. It looks like a bit of butchery. I mean, obviously, along this seam here, dead straight, and obviously you'd expect that to be dead straight as well. It looks like there's a bit of butchery, and it looks like it's been done. I don't know, maybe to make the pickguard fit. Something a little bit weird going on just there. I don't know if you can see that, but it's just been rubbed away there. It's a bit strange. There you go. Gives you a little bit of character, doesn't it? Apart from that, the fit and finish ain't too bad. It's sort of inspired by Gibson, you would say. It's all straight there, it's all straight there. Yeah. So, obviously, actually remembering that this is actually glued on, this wing. So, anyway, that was that. Oh yeah, there is obviously a little hole there. So you can see the pickup wires through. Let's now have a look under the pickup. Here we go. It says lead reissue Firebird, May 24. So yeah, it literally was 23rd of May 24. This pickup was labelled, at least. Oh, and it's got a patent number on the bottom as well. There you go. I'm not going to take the label off to see what that is, but So it's quite an authentic USA pickup as far as we can tell. Braided wire. And yeah, you can see. Right, I'm going to remove this label so you can see the construction. Hopefully, try and get it off without it cracking. So they lacquer over these labels. And there you go. That's the walnut strips. So it's mahogany, walnut, mahogany, walnut, mahogany, walnut, mahogany, walnut. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. So that goes all the way through there. Solid. That is the earth wire, which is obviously going up to the tailpiece stud. There you go. That's what that looks like. Put that back down there. Pop that back in. 60s reflector knobs. No thumb bleeders there. And this is what it looks like inside the control cavity. CTS pots, a volume atone, and a Mallory capacitor, and a switchcraft jack socket. And that's it. That's all there is to see. I'm going to put it all back together now, put a new set of strings on, and then we'll come back and see what it sounds like. Or hear what it sounds like, shall I say. See you in a minute. Right, here we are. Same rig as always, Princeton 65. On the board, I've still got the Clone, which is a Warm Audio Centavo, because I like that. I've got a new toy today. I've got a Behringer Fuzzbender on the board. So we'll probably muck around with that a little bit today. And I'll show you if I use these pedals with this camera down here. That one. So we'll start clean, or in fact we'll start unplugged. And now, I was talking about neck dive. It's, you know, I mean, this is a huge thing. You've got to have long arms just to tune the low E, which incidentally, these, because it's a reverse headstock, these are arse about face. So the low E's right up there and the high E's down here. And you know, it's it's massive, and it really, really dives on the headstock. And being an SG fan, I'm a bit of a headstock dive denier. But yeah, no, there's no getting away from that. And it's a bit uncomfortable, to be honest with you, sitting down or standing up. I did actually try it standing up. I'm not going to show you now. But it's the same thing. You put a strap on, think, oh, that'll balance it. Nah, not at all. That's why Johnny Winter was always sitting down, I think. Right. Right, this is what it sounds like unplugged. This is what it sounds like plugged. Fully dimed. Nice. Quite a low output, but 7K this mini humbucker, wasn't it? It was a Firebird mini humbucker. I'm not going to go into the differences, but we're assuming that Gibson have made a sort of an authentic Firebird pickup, which is different to a mini humbucker. I'm not going to go into that here, but they call it a Firebird mini humbucker, so who knows. Yeah, not massively pokey. So this is what we use the clone for. Just a little bit more hair. Just a tad, wasn't I? I'm going to put a little bit more gain on that actually. That was nice, wasn't it? If I do say so myself. But that really should sound like this. Out of control. I was taken over by the ghost of Johnny Winter. I wish, God, that'd be good. practicing. Need to practice some more. Sounds nice, doesn't it? I mean, people will say, oh, well, you've got pedals on. Yeah, I have. Sounds nice without the pedals. It sounds better with the pedals on. Well, like a lot, that's what pedals are for, isn't it? To make guitars sound better. Stop moaning. There you go. This is my new slide guitar. As it happens, it came with the action slightly on the high side, so I've kind of left it like that because I specifically want to practice my slide because I haven't been doing it very long. I thought I'd have another go today. That was all improvised. Well, it wasn't. That's not entirely true because it was obviously based around the licks, some licks from Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo, which is, well, I say Johnny Winter, but it was Rick Derringer originally, wasn't it? So anyway, it's a mishmash of kind of ideas, and I thought I'd stick a slide in as well, have a bit of a practice. So yeah, I've been after this single pickup version of the Firebird, the Firebird 1, for a while, and bargain price, finally bargain price, £799 I paid for it, which is a whopping, what did I say, £13.49 was the original retail price. They brought that down for the new version, so I think they're kind of wising up that people are going, how much? You know, how much? But yeah, £799. So if I got this from Gear for Music. This is, well, it's a shameless plug because they do support the channel. Let me tell you this. I ordered this at 6:15 on a Wednesday evening, and it arrived at 11:30 the next morning. It don't get better than that, does it? So, and that's kind of, they're Europe-wide. So if you fancy one of these and you want it tomorrow, the link to the website's in the description box. And they've got about a dozen of these left. A couple of these and some of Heather Polly's versions and the Inverness Green ones. So yeah, check them out and say hi from us. $799. So okay, at $799, it's a bargain. I think it's a bargain, especially when you factor in the hard case, which I'll show you quickly. It's too big to fit in the frame. I mean, it is fucking massive, this guitar. And then when you put the case in as well, hang on, let me just show you the, I'm here. I don't think you can see it properly. There you go. It's nice, isn't it? Oh, it smells all right. So that's, let me get it out of the way. And it's got the Inspired by Gibson custom logo on there. Massive. So you'll need an estate car or a van to carry it around. But yeah, $799, it's a really good price. Yeah, really good price. Some Gibson parts. So yeah, so, like Gibson pickup. Original Cluson tuners, that's good. Nice wiring, CTS pots wiring, Mallory cap. Epiphone tailpiece. I don't know why, but I'm slightly disappointed by that. I think they could have made the effort and also put a Gibson tailpiece on it. And of course, this one has got only got the laurel fingerboard. And I think, I was thinking about this because people are going, oh, you know, it should be rosewood. I think the main thing that people were saying there wasn't necessarily that rosewood was better. I think some of them probably were saying that, but a lot of people, I think the point was that if you're going to charge that amount for a guitar, at least put a rosewood fingerboard on it. I think that was the point that people were making. So finally, Epiphone have listened and they've done that with the new range. And they've dropped the price a little bit as well. So, you know, they're getting there, but it's still $11.99, the new version of this. It's cardinal red, apart from the fingerboard. I'm going to say it's identical. Oh, it's got a different finish. They've called it vintage gloss instead of gloss. Is it any different? Well, we won't know unless we compare. And I'm not about to shell out 1,200 quid for a red one just to find out. Maybe when that drops to $7.99, I'll get one, because you can never have too many Firebird. Well, you probably can. You probably wouldn't have room for more than one, probably. But yeah, I might want. Oh yeah, no. Actually, that's the other thing, isn't it? I think the neck profile's different. And this neck, chunky, nice. The other one, it says slim taper, so maybe nice, maybe preferable for you. Anyway, I don't know. So there are options out there. Shall I sum this up? This guitar is great. I love it, and I'm going to keep this one. I'm going to keep this one around, and I'm going to dedicate this as my my slide guitar, and I'm going to practice more, and I'm going to keep coming back and getting that little thing on my pinky and making some wailing noises until I get good at it. One can hope, can't they? So yeah, that's the guitar. What else? Oh yeah, the raffle to win the Gibson Les Paul Standard. That ended last Sunday, and the winner is TJ Heckman in New York. So the guitar's on the way to TJ now. It's currently stuck, at this point, in US Customs at JFK, but we're both keeping our fingers crossed that it'll make the rest of the journey very soon. So I just want to say thanks to everyone that took part, and I'm sorry that you couldn't all win. You're all winners, as I say this, you're all winners for playing the game, taking part, contributing, because the money from that raffle, it raises funds for the channel, and we donated a fair bit of money as well for Cancer Research UK. So thanks to everyone that bought some tickets. Some of you went a bit mad. I'm just going to say this for future reference. Some of you went a little bit mad and bought, I consider, way too many tickets. To obviously you're increasing your odds, but you know, I don't know. It doesn't sit right with me when people are spending 100 quid, some people. Bit mad. I mean, by all means, you know, if you can afford it, do, because the money will go to, well, to bring more stuff in, to keep the channel going, because it is, you know, alongside the sponsorship that we're getting from Gear for Music and the support from the subscription channel, theguitaristas.tv. Check that out if you want to support the channel. Perks there, bonus content, no ads, all this content, no ads on the TV channel. It's worth $50 a year, surely, just for that, isn't it? Yeah, check that out. So all that support, it all adds up. And the raffle basically is a brilliant device that I've found to fund some guitars, because guitars are expensive, especially the sort that I often buy. And I couldn't do it without that now, really, to be honest with you. I kind of, at the beginning of this year, I didn't nearly pack up, but I thought, well, this is going to have to be more of a passion project than a main thing. And thanks to your support, I'm keeping it going on a weekly basis. I might have the odd week off here and there. I might have the odd holiday here and there. But as a result of all of this support, we can keep it going. Now I'm looking out for a nice guitar, because the raffle did well. I'm looking out to buy a nice guitar to review, share with you, and then we'll run another competition to pass it on. What should I get? That's the quandary I'm in. I don't know what to get. Give me some suggestions. Give me some suggestions in the comments. Next raffle prize guitar, something that, you know, none of us can really afford to go out and buy and keep, so that can pass through. Let us know. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's all for this week. I'm just looking at my notes. It says what's what's next. I just did that. What's next for the raffle competition? What do you think? Let me know. All that remains is for me to say thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel, however you do that. And come back, same time, same place next week. Yeah, I've got something special again next week. Yeah. See you then. Ta-ra.